Well, hello there, fellas and fillettes. Welcome to Jaffe Games. Good to see you. Good to have you here. Let us dive into some of the biggest news and discussion points about video games that we love. Let's start with the very tippy top of the mountain, Mount Olympus. Come on, man. It doesn't ever stop. Keeps going and going. Tippy top of the mountain, Mount Olympus, whatever. God of War. Let's talk about God of War real quick. God of War TV series casting call has been leaked. This is from the Ron Moore who did Battlestar Galactica and Outlander. Really great showrunner. I can't fathom this show not being good because of the work that he's done. I don't really like the vibe of the Norse God of War games. I think they're beautifully made games, wonderfully made games. People adore them. For a variety of reasons, both biased and just my own personal sensibilities, I find it a little too, it's a little too mopey and self-serious, to get me all that excited. But of course, I'll be watching it because I think, it's going to be a great show with Ron Moore leading it. So the casting leaked. It's interesting. If I made at the very beginning of this article, this is the one I'm reading is the Game Post, but I know people like to call me like a grammar Nazi or whatever. And I'm like, you know what? I am. I think words matter. I think how you communicate matters. And I think especially if you're going to be a paid journalist, you should be better than the average person tweeting. And again, I'm going to get to the meat of this, but I just want to point out, it says God of War TV series is still a ways off from hitting screens, but it's already one of the biggest game to TV adaptations in production. No, it's not. It's not in production. It's in pre-production. And how I know that? Because the article also says filming for the series is said to begin in March 2026 in Vancouver, which is in the future. So it's not in production. Get your shit together. Oh my God, don't be an asshole. I don't mean to be an asshole. I'm just saying, come on now. Amazon has ordered 2 seasons. I'm a little bummed, even though I really didn't like the Odin character in God of War Ragnarok. I'm a huge fan of Toby Ziegler, Dr. Glassman, Richard Schiff from The West Wing, good doctor, one of my favorite actors. He was also in the Zack Snyder Superman films. I wish they would have just said, fuck it, we're going to cast him. But here's what they're saying about these people. It's not confirmed. Amazon hasn't confirmed it, but they have to be comfortable with simulated sex scenes and nudity, which the article, which makes sense, is saying the show seems like it's aiming for a mature rating and won't shy away from the darker parts of the story, which is good. I'm saying I think that's good. Kratos, they're going to cast 40 to 60s. So they're going for old man Kratos or oldish man Kratos. Again, we're talking about Odin here. 60s to 70s could be Richard Schiff. I would love to see that, but if I can't imagine they didn't offer him the role and he said no. Atreus, 9 to 12 years old, Baldur and Sif are the ones they're casting for right now. So, I'm excited for this. But I'm more excited, or I'm not excited just because it's a God of War TV show. I don't, whatever. I'm excited though because that property with this showrunner, I think, could be really special and really just not just good for gamers and people are fans of the franchise, but I think they could really make this into a big cultural hit that goes well beyond the people who only want to play God of War as a video game. And I think with Ron Moore being Ron Moore, it's probably going to be more accessible and more commercial than the Last of Us show, which I think is great. So I'm excited for those reasons. So we'll keep talking about it, but it's kind of cool to see some news coming out. Speaking of exciting, check it out. Ninja Gaiden 4 is finally out today. I am very excited. Game Pass Day 1 drop. I will be playing it. It goes live California time, 5 o'clock. You can see the map right here of when it's going to be available to play today in your area. I don't think any reviews have dropped yet. Somebody played it this weekend, pretty big streamer, and it looked amazing. I still am very hopeful that it will be a game that is not blisteringly hard on normal, because I loved Ninja Gaiden Black 2 and the way that was tuned. I loved Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, the way that was tuned. I really love this world. And honestly, Black 2 Remaster was my first 3D Ninja Gaiden, other than fucking around with it like on the show floor at E3 back in the day. And, I remember playing it 6-8 months ago whenever they dropped it and said, where has this game been my whole life? How did I not know how insanely cool this game is. So, and now we've got Platinum doing it. I want to say, was their last game Bayonetta 3? I don't remember, but I mean, obviously Platinum, knows how to do this better than anyone. This is some shit, my friends. This is pretty great. Now it's got me thinking they should remaster Vanquish from Platinum and add like 20 new levels and shit. Anyway, the point is, this is out today. Maybe I'll stream it. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But let's enjoy the hype of Ninja Gaiden 4 and let me know what you think about it after you play it. I tell you what, this is an interesting week for me and my relationship with games, and specifically this game, Ghost of Yotei. I want to play this, okay, but I cannot find my DualSense controller. And it's around, and I could buy another one, of course, but it was interesting because what it really made me realize was when any kind of barrier to entry popped up, the game, even though I hear it is excellent, and I love Ghost of Tsushima, there is so much to play right now. And I guess I pointed out, because I point out how competitive the market is, that unless this is something that I'm like, I am dying to play this, I'm like, I'll wait for it to come out on PC. Or if I happen to find my DualSense lying around, I'll charge it up. I guess there's a firmware update for it. I haven't turned on my PlayStation 5 in 6 months, but I'll update that and then I will play it. But it's just interesting to me. It's like there's so many other things to play and that I'm already playing and that I'm going to start playing that I'll talk about in a few minutes, that it's just like all it took was that one little piece of friction and I'm like, I'm good. And I don't, I'm not saying that. I know some people will immediately jump to, oh, you're bashing Sony. No, I'm really not. I would buy it day one or week one. I was busy playing Silent Hill F, I think, when it came out. But if there wasn't that friction, it's not that I don't think it's a great game. I'm very excited to play it, but I'm not excited enough given what else I can play that doesn't have those friction points. And I think it's more of a statement about how crowded and oversaturated the market is. And just how unsustainable that this cadence of big releases or releases in general are. I bring it up for that reason, but everybody who's played it is like, dude, it is so good. And I am there. I will be playing this. Does GeForce put I don't know if Sony has any of their games on GeForce, which really sucks because hopefully either they will put it on GeForce or they'll put it on their own streaming. Let me see if there's any, let's see, here's Spider-Man. They might have it. No, I don't think there's any PlayStation support for GeForce, so that's too bad. But anyway, I will play it eventually, probably in the next 6 months, and I might just go buy a DualSense if I'm running out of things to play. But right now, I'm not. So listen to this: the next game in the Halo franchise could be a live service multiplayer. Rumors point to a multiplayer Halo game with constant updates like Fortnite. Good. And I say that because I really liked the multiplayer in Halo Infinite, but I also say it because, as a fan of Call of Duty multiplayer, the yearly sales of a new game feels very antiquated now. And it's also starting to feel frustrating, right? Because I've spent money on skins and I've stopped doing that because it's like they don't carry over for the most part. And even with like 6 to 7, they're saying, yeah, we're, thematically we might be shifting. We're not going to carry those over. And I'm just like, like I was looking, my son Calvin plays a lot of Fortnite. He's been playing it for years. And here I took video. This is his screen. He showed me all of his skins that he's just collected throughout the years. Or when you play Marvel Snap, all the cards that you collect throughout the years, or even maps. The fact that I have to now, I might find a map I love. It's like, oh, that's from last year's game. And I get that maybe because some of the movement, this, that, and the other. But it does seem like I would be a much happier fellow if I could just get a Call of Duty as a service at this point. And it was just, you buy skins, you could even buy levels and it wouldn't fracture the user base. I'll talk about later in the video if people are interested how you could do that. We had that solved for Drawn to Death back when it was originally free to play, and I thought it was a pretty smart way to do it because you never want to sell levels if like 5 people online don't have them that you're playing with, and why would you buy it? But I think there's good news in that. And given the fact that, now Xbox owns them both, hopefully they'll see some returns in this philosophy with Halo going live service. If it's true, it's a rumor right now. But if it's true, it'd be nice to see that happening with Call of Duty as well. And then they could just release single-player campaigns. They could be shorter. They could be more pointed. They wouldn't take as long to make. 3 hours, because Hearthstone does this. Some games do this. Hearthstone's the one I remember where it's primarily a multiplayer game, online multiplayer game, but they were releasing at times like solo adventures. And, it wasn't like 20 hours of gameplay. It was like 3 hours. And if you played through it, you could unlock stuff for the multiplayer. I think that would be cool. I'd rather have a short, tight, 4-level mission in a Call of Duty that they just drop for $19, and if you buy it, you get skins and guns and stuff, and you get the adventure. I don't know if that would be cost prohibitive in terms of sort of gearing up the machine to make 4 levels. It's probably less expensive just to make 12 levels, but you could still take that and release it in segments without a $70 price point. Anyway, I think this is interesting. I think it bodes well for the future, certainly of Halo, but also Call of Duty, which I love. Let's talk about what's coming out this week. There's a game, one of my most anticipated games comes out this week. The demo was great. I have an early access code. I'm going to play it over the next couple of days, and then when it drops on the 23rd of this week, or this month, I'll give you my impressions. But I played the demo. The demo was phenomenal. Here's the game. It's Tormented Souls 2. It's basically fixed camera, Resident Evil, very polished. The first game was really good, but it had some problems with, I thought, the puzzles and the pacing. The demo seems to, it's gorgeous looking. It plays beautifully. They seems to have really solved, at the moment anyway, the problems the first game have. I mean, you have to play through it to know, but I cannot wait to get my hands back on this and play through the whole thing. This is coming out this week. If you've never played it, the demo should still be up on Steam. I'm almost certain this is coming to console as well. Okay, so I just checked. Tormented Souls coming to consoles, all at the same, PS5 and Xbox. No Switch 2 at the moment. So, and the demo is available now. It is really good. It is visually just gorgeous looking. Really interesting game. And if you're longing for kind of classic survival horror, fixed camera, but not kind of like, old school graphics that look like PS1 demake kind of stuff, this is like what it would look like today if they actually put some money behind it, but still kept the classic Resident Evil formula. It's really good. It's really fun. Cannot wait to start playing it tonight, and I'll give you guys my thoughts on the 23rd. Come on, look, the shark, come on now. All right. Also, I want to let you know, over on the channel, we had a lot of big videos go up this week. We had the God of War 20th anniversary, both a members version, which is 10 minutes longer, and the normal version about the 20th anniversary retrospective book that I got, which was amazing, from Dark Horse and Sony Santa Monica. Covers all of the making of every God of War game. The Silent Hill video went up, which is my favorite horror game of all time. And just a little bit more than a week ago, we put up the video about Jesus Christ literally, honestly being snuck into God of War, which was absolutely surprising to me. Also, if you blink and you missed it, because we just started it, 2 episodes are up of the new podcast that this channel has called Gaming Exposed with me and Gene Park of the Washington Post. You can get that here on YouTube, and it is set to the podcast version if you want to listen to it as a podcast on YouTube Music. I know people would prefer to listen on Spotify and Apple, and we're trying to figure that out. But right now, and I won't bore you with it, but if you have questions, I can put it in the comments. But there's valid reasons for us to just stay right now exclusively on YouTube. But if the show grows, we'll look into putting it on other podcasts. But we had really good conversations. We had one about the last video game that you would choose to play if you knew you were going to die. And this came to, we were talking obviously about Itagaki, who died this weekend, the creator, designer, or not the creator, but the guy who breathed new life into Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2 and Dead or Alive and Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball, and very charismatic, interesting fellow. Sadly, he passed away this week. But we talked about that, and that led us into this discussion about, okay, well, what do you think the last game was that he played? And do you have a game set aside, or what game do you want to be the last game that you ever played? And it was a really interesting conversation, and I think we're going to make a video about it. Let's take a quick look at what is dropping this week. This is earlier stuff from October. This is over on IGN. There's so many games that come out that you just miss a lot of things that could be your favorite game. I am so disappointed. I may get this, Buy Sweet Carol. This is the horror game that looks like a Disney game. It looks so scrumptious, but the reviews have been pretty not great. Yeah, the reviews are sitting at a 67. The audience seems to like it, though, giving it an 81. I'm curious as to what the audience... People are putting a lot of pressure on this game, says this 7 out of 10. It's a short, sweet game that provides a nice feeling of nostalgia. That said, the gameplay could have used more work, a lot more work, especially the puzzles. All right, I mean... But this guy says, Kim Passive says, the game's classic, super cool visual style. Not that good gameplay. It's filled with bugs. Games are not movies. Gameplay is crucial. Yeah, so I'll probably pick it up and then play it. And unless I just fall in love with it, I'll probably return it. But I was real disappointed that this came out and really didn't get any kind of love from players and from critics because it's such a cool looking game. Let's see what's coming out this week though. There's a lot, man. There's like 40 games coming out this week. Oh my God. Oh my God, there's so many fucking games. Okay, Once Upon a Katamari is out this week. This is the first Katamari game, console game, in I think 14 years. It is a brand new game. It will be out this week. I don't know what the reviews are going to be, but can't really go wrong with Katamari. We'll check it out. If it gets good reviews, I'll pick it up, play it, tell you about it. My understanding is this Katamari is also directed by, I think it's Takahashi, who is the same guy who directed and created the first one. So hopefully it'll scratch that itch that maybe you've been missing. Hot Wheels Let's Race Ultimate Speed. I'm not even going to, my guess is this is not, because there were the Hot Wheels games that were, that they did. This I don't think is the same Hot Wheels racing game that I think, this is like more of a kid's thing. So, I mean, maybe it looks just like, the other Hot Wheels. Like thematically it's different, but I wonder if it's the same engine. It's from the Netflix show. Hot Wheels Let's Race is not the same kind of game as Hot Wheels Unleashed. It's an arcade style racer. Okay. Now look at this one. People make fun of me. I love Fast and Furious Crossroads. Terribly reviewed game. I adored it. And I like games like, what were like the launch titles for the N64, the Cruising USA. That kind of is what this looks like. It's Fast and Furious Arcade Edition. So I'm going to keep an eye out for this. This comes out this week as well. It's Game Mill, though, so you got to be careful. Game Mill's been nice to me, sending me codes and stuff, but fact of the matter is they usually put out really shit licensed games. But so did Sony ImageSoft, where I started in the business back in the day, and they eventually got their shit together. So this could be the one. I'm looking forward to at least checking up on it. Tormented Souls, we talked about that. Is this there's that vampires game that's out. The Vampires Masquerade is different. I'm not sure what this one is. Open world action adventure, early access. Okay. So I don't think it has anything to do with, I think it was White Wolf or whatever. It doesn't look all that compelling, but you never know. So, okay, never mind. What is Radio Light and Suffocate? What is this game?
Elliot Lair.
The scout leader, he saw someone in the trees.
Is this kind of like Firelight, maybe? But a little more horror?
It's kind of erratic.
Yes.
Ethan.
Stuck. To surface. It is out.
Okay. I don't know. It's what, you can go hit or miss with this, right? It's kind of a walking sim, Firelight, horror kind of thing. I'll keep an eye out for this one. I love games like this when they hit, but just as often they kind of shit the bed, so we'll see. And then Suffocate. What is this? I mean, horror is one of those things that, you really don't know if it works for the most part until you play it. Although this does look like one of those I'm being chased and I have to hide games, which I absolutely hate. This doesn't look, and fuses, She gonna eat that? Was that Sean Layden? I don't know. I mean, okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't know yet. Suffocate. It's on my radar. That's all I'll say. Could be kind of like the other game. Could go either way. Suffocate and Radio Light. I'll keep an eye out. Power Wash Simulator 2. I mean, I'm kind of over it, but very, very cool if you're into that. Painted in Blood, man. I got to talk about this game briefly. You know what? I'm going to save that because I'll be talking about Steam Next Fest games in the members version of this video going up today. I'm going to wait on this, but let's just say this is an interesting game that I won't be picking up unless the reviews just send me in a different direction, but it is interesting. Godbreakers is... What I'll say about Godbreakers, and again, it's not my kind of game. I think it's kind of a roguelike thing, blah, blah, blah. But it has some of the very best character animation, action feel. Like, you pick this up, and the characters in this game are just a delight to control. It's still not something I want to play, but if I were ever to make video games again, and it was sort of melee-based, I would probably bring this up if it was still relevant and show the team and go, something about picking this up and how responsive and fluid this is. It just feels excellent. So, if you're looking for something like that, consider it. There is a demo up right now. I don't know if it's coming to console or not, though. Full Metal Schoolgirl. Well, I have to look that up because it just sounds delightful. What is this? Full Metal Schoolgirl. All right, 2 days ago, launch trailer. What is this damn thing? Okay, what's the game, though? I mean, I like the vibe, obviously. What is this game? Oh, I remember seeing the trailer for this. Like, the concept of this is bad shit, but I would... All right, my mind's open. I'll keep an eye out for what this is. Is it like primarily... Okay, let's see. They're calling it... It's from Ukes. That's good. Keep a Full Metal Schoolgirl. Hang on. Let's see if there's any reviews that I've hit yet. Nope, it comes out this week. So, yeah, they're not available yet. Oh, Earth Defense Force guys made this. Okay. Okay. I'm excited all of a sudden. All right. Okay. This is on my radar. Full Metal Schoolgirl. I'll be picking it up or at least looking for reviews this week. I told you guys there's a lot of games. Double Dragon Revive this week. Ooh, that looks good. Like, visually it looks good. I don't know if it's good or not, but... But is it a remake of something else already? I mean, it's weird because you had Streets of Rage that really kind of set the bar, Streets of Rage 4. And so this, different team doesn't look as good in terms of fluidity and whatnot, but all right, it's on my radar. So Ukes developed it. Yeah, man, you got to keep an eye on this for a variety of reasons. And it's not let me see. It's a new game. It acts as a reboot of the whole series. Okay, it's not a straight remaster. Side-scrolling beat-em-up, updates with modern 3D graphics, controls, and new story. Okay. That's on my radar. Raven 2. I don't even know what these are. Let me look these up. Is this a mobile game? What is this? Gameplay battle trailer. Open world. Oh, it's an It's an RPG. No, thank you. Not for me. Obviously, Dispatch, which is kind of you work in a call center for superheroes. The early access has a lot of fans. I'll keep an eye out for that. Angry Video Nerd 8-Bit. I've never watched any of that guy's stuff, but I know he's a big name in kind of, what's it called? The YouTube space. So let's see.
That make it all new video game that'll take you back to the past. Like
cool. It's very Mega Man-y.
Sucks. Just the way I like it. Jump and shoot your way through levels full of familiar enemies, power-ups, and discover alternate routes on your way to every boss. Only this time with top-notch live-action cutscenes throughout
cool.
that make it feel like you're playing an actual episode of the show. Groovy. For you collectors out there, expect a physical edition pre-order from games.
I don't know. Is there a demo for this yet? Let me see. No, okay. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. It's not out, but there is a demo. Okay. I'll tell you what. I'm going to play the demo. If you are going to be watching the members-only version of this video, I will put that, not a review, but my impressions of the demo in that section of this video. Looks cool, though. Oh, totally looks cool. But, the Rocky Horror Picture Show game looked cool, and it was dreadful. But this looks like more like a real game. Who made this? Retroware. Come on now. Okay. All right. These guys know what they're doing. Okay. All right. What else? Man, there's a lot of shit coming out. Becastled. What is that? Interesting. All right, so you build some shit. Ooh. Okay, what am I looking at? This is kind of cool. I like castles and shit. Okay, so there's the kind of crafting shit going down. Okay. Okay, you build in the day. It's like the original Fortnite, right? You build in the day, and then at night you defend, I guess. Okay, this is kind of cool. All right. Damn, there's a lot of games. See, that's the thing. It's not like it was in the crash back when the business crashed, where the games were so many and they were shit. These are a lot of good fucking games, man. This is cool. All right, I'll keep an eye out for this. Oneway.exe. That looks compelling enough to click on. Oh. You're stuck inside an abandoned video game haunted by its own digital decay? Are you This is cool.
Yet another infamous entry in a world of lost people. The story goes that 3 friends were making a game together, but the game made it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, this is why I love playing on PC. Although this may be coming to console. It may be shit. Oneway.exe. Let me see if there's a demo for that, too. That's a cool idea. I like it. There's just too much. There's a demo, and it's in my library. I've already downloaded the damn thing. Okay. I'll also include my responses to this demo at the in the member section. Jesus, there's a lot. This is why Game of the Year awards and stuff, it's almost ridiculous. It's like people don't, what are you really awarding? You haven't played 95% of the shit that came out. How can that title actually mean something? And this is, by the way, this is 1 week. Swap Meet. Why have I heard of that game? Co-op roguelike, you fight aliens and attach their body parts to yours to gain their abilities. You're a meat scientist. Okay. That's compelling. There's a demo for that, too. Let's download that damn thing. Jesus, Jaffe, it's too much to play. Bloodlines 2, that's, I've never been really into that world, but it's getting decent reviews. Painkiller I played, nice looking game, but it's just kind of like arena shooter co-op, not really for me. So, and then Cut That Wire. Why not, pal?
Guess we all have a fair.
Oh, okay. It's like, it's a work together to defuse bombs. That could be fun. Deduction game. Players will play mini games to reveal the imposter while having bombs strapped ready to blow at any moment. So there you go. So there's seriously, that is 1 week, my friends. And obviously I didn't click on all of them. That is 1 week of games. Ridiculous. Something's going to give, and it's already starting to. And I'm not knocking the quality of these games. I'm saying, I need to think on this. I want to think on this and go, what would give? Because people who like making video games aren't going to stop. Now, they may not be getting paid to do it anymore. It may become like YouTube for 98% of the people. It's a hobby. It's not a living. But I don't, otherwise, how do you, the easier games get to make, the more games we get. And they're not all shit. There's a lot of things that look pretty good. It's going to be interesting. I want to think about that and how it might affect things. Because we haven't seen that before. It is not like the crash where there was too many games and they were of shit quality. This is too many games and a lot of them are worth your time. I don't know. I want to think on it. I'll let you know in a upcoming stream or video. Maybe I'll talk to Gene about it this week on Gaming Exposed. All right, final question. I want to leave you on this episode with a question. I saw the Game Awards put out. They tweeted this question. What is your dream world premiere at the Game Awards this year on December 11th? Let me know in the comments. One dream game award that they reveal this year, coming up in a couple of months. Because I will compile those, and on next week's video, I'll let you know what people are looking forward to the most. I haven't even thought about... I could, obviously, and you can put shit in there like Bloodborne Remaster, but I'm going to try to come up with 1 or 2 that are actually, have a good chance of actually appearing at the show. So that's the question of the week. What is your dream game world premiere at the Game Awards coming up in a little bit less than 2 months? Okay. There you go. Now listen to this. I want to let you know a couple quick things. Number 1, you like the hat? How could you not? That's not a problem, pal. There's a link down below and about this video, and you can go and you can order yourself a number of Madhouse and upcoming. We're going to be putting more gaming stuff there. But right now, the Sweet Tooth Killer Creamery is currently available for you. It's only going to cost you $35. Get yourself a really nice hat. I like it very much. And consider it. All right, we still got a lot more to go on today's episode. However, at this point, this is where I leave you, my dear friends. If you have not subscribed to the channel, here or over on the Patreon. We're going to be covering viewer mail coming up in the next segment. We're going to be covering the top ranked games so far of this year by Metacritic. I'll give you my thoughts on some of those demos, what I think, and I want to tell you what I'm playing right now and some thoughts at a game design level on those games. So that will be the second half of the show. It's a separate video than this one. This is the non-members mode. But if you want to support the show and become a member here on the Patreon, we'd love to have you. We'd love to see you more often. Consider membership. It's $3.99 over on Patreon. It's $4.99 here on the YouTube, depending on if you buy on your phone, whatever. You'll figure it out. You're a smart person, except one of you, but I'm not saying which one. But if this is where you leave me, that's not a problem. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and be well, be safe out there. And thank you so much for watching and being part of our community. I'll see you soon.